Thanks, Tracy. I might have this mic slightly on one side. I'll see how that one goes. I think that's okay. If that's not sounding at the back, please someone come and adjust that mic for me. But good afternoon. Yep, my name's Brett Darley. We're meeting here today on the lands of the Gadigal people, and I'd like to pay my respects to their elders past, present and emerging. I'd also like to acknowledge the landowners, clan groups and the First Nations people who support us wherever we work, including Timor-Leste, Alaska and of course Papua New Guinea. Santos is proud of the work we do in these communities, and in particular to our landowners and our clan groups in Papua New Guinea. We are indebted to them for their support of our projects and operations. At this time, I would also like to pay my deepest respects to the late Peter Herno, Chairman of Papua New Guinea's leading landowner company, PNG Mining and Petroleum Hospitality Services. This company was built upon his dream and his desire for a better future for local communities, one where equality and equity go hand in hand. His legacy will surely live on and will remain an inspiration to all of us to create a better world. On behalf of everyone at Santos, I offer my condolences to his family and the management and staff of PNG MPHS. And now I'd like to acknowledge the Prime Minister of Papua New Guinea, James Marape, who I think may not be in this session, but I'd like to acknowledge his attendance earlier today and his words. The Minister for Petroleum and Energy, Minister Kua, state ministers and business leaders who are here today. And I also pass on my gratitude to the PNG Chamber of Resources and Energy for again hosting this important event. As the Chamber has said, this is an exciting yet crucial time to be having a conversation about the future of mining and petroleum sectors in Papua New Guinea. It's important that we all come together to understand PNG's resource sector now and to discuss how it will be developed over the next 10 years. And I'm grateful that Santos can be part of this important conversation. We have a proud history of being part of PNG since the 1980s, with interest in PNG LNG and Papua New Guinea producing oil fields, development projects like Papua LNG and the PNG gas project. Since then, our interest and activity in the country has increased. In fact, it was 2 years ago yesterday that the merger was effectively completed between Santos and Oil Search. And that merger has delivered many benefits for Papua New Guinea, benefits that the nation is still reaping, which I'll touch on a little later. As a long-term investor in Papua New Guinea, Santos remains committed to PNG's success and the ongoing development of resources in PNG. Also the continued development of the national workforce, as well as our community and social investments. And while it has just been 2 years since the merger, the world we live in today looks completely different than what we faced in December 2021. In the last 24 months, the world is faced with new threats and challenges. The war in Ukraine is still underway, and more recent conflicts in the Gaza Strip, the geopolitical issues are generating instability on our doorstep. These battles, while thankfully far from home, are affecting energy markets with increasing volatility. The problems underpinning these issues have been brewing for years. A critical underinvestment as demand continues to grow is exacerbating a volatile situation. Australia has built a reputation for being a stable, reliable and strong producer of resources for our neighbours. That's been our history. But as the geopolitical threats continue, that reputation is at risk. Currently, we're seeing concerns from our customers as Australia's position as a leading and trusted gas supplier for energy-consuming nations and economies of Asia is in decline, despite the clear role that gas will play in the region for decades to come. Which is why, as a resource-rich nation, PNG will continue to be relied upon for its vital resources for its closest neighbours in Asia. The enormous resource base in PNG has meant the country is a reliable provider of low-cost LNG to Asian markets, and at Santos, our intent is to keep it that way with continued investment in this nation. It may not come as a surprise to you that on top of the geopolitical instability that we see here in Australia, we're also facing other threats. There's no hiding from the fact that there are challenges around regulatory approvals here in Australia. And although our sector provides essential services and immeasurable benefits to people who need it most, the agendas of the vocal minority are risking the destruction of an entire industry, complete with the destruction of thousands of jobs. Recognising those issues, Santos is very fortunate to have a portfolio of opportunities that allows us to pivot and look at other opportunities in other jurisdictions. And as a company, we are actively prioritising investments in supportive regulatory jurisdictions. And with its very large resource base and strong, reliable plateau production, PNG continues to be a key to our diverse portfolio. Now more than ever, our strategic decisions about sovereign risk and future growth opportunities are being considered in the light of the jurisdictional support. As I mentioned, it was 2 years yesterday since the successful completion of the merger between Santos and Oil Search, and our decision to merge with Oil Search has overwhelmingly been a resounding success for both Santos and PNG. And I'll speak to the benefits that come from investing in PNG. The merger has created greater alignment in Papua New Guinea to support the development of key projects, including Papua LNG, delivering new jobs, helping support the local economy, and continuing the development and investment in PNG. And our commitment to value and retain the local workforce has been upheld because we see value in long-term, ongoing relationships with the nation and, importantly, with our people. The merger has not resulted in any local job losses, and we continue to ensure the PNG workforce reaps the benefit of our global experience. In fact, in October this year, we welcomed 34 new local apprentices in PNG as part of our successful apprenticeship program for 2023. And this cohort comprised of 6 women and 28 men in the fields of electrical, mechanical and instrumentation, the largest single cohort to join Santos in PNG since the program's inception. So these apprentices, they travelled to Malaysia to undergo world-class technical training as part of an apprenticeship program, demonstrating our commitment to the development of our young talent and providing them with international exposure. And we look forward to taking them on an exciting journey with a company in an industry that continues to prosper. As part of our commitment to PNG, we'll continue to build on the great work of the Oil Search Foundation through the launch of the Santos Foundation. In PNG, over 92% of the leaders in the Santos Foundation are Papua New Guineans, and this includes the first 4 roles now supporting the expanded foundation from PNG. So we're rolling our foundation out, a great institution started in PNG across all of our facilities, or across all of our areas of operation, and it will be run out of PNG from the expertise we will gain from the people that have been doing it here for the last 10 years. And going forward with the foundation programs, Santos will have strong focus areas around building resilient communities and advancing economic pathways as we continue to work collaboratively with nation and subnational governments to empower our communities. The insight Santos has gained from working through the foundation in PNG has enabled the expansion and creation of our global Santos Foundation. We have embraced the optimistic nature of our PNG workforce. The energy driven by the optimism provided by our PNG people is spreading across Santos, and the benefits are easy to see. Operationally, the benefits to both Santos and PNG have flowed from the merger. We commenced a 4-well drilling program this year in our operated area, and we're evaluating further programs. Our committed spend for those infill wells is over $220 million US. Ultimately, we're looking to tie in one of our operated facilities to export more gas to PNG LNG in the future. And our long-term priority is to supply sustainable, low-cost LNG to the Asia-Pacific region. To realise the opportunities for either backfill or growth of both gas and liquids flowing from our exploration strategy as well. A strong presence in PNG is critical to fulfilling that priority. In addition, we've made strong progress in local abatement and carbon capture and storage opportunities, and we continue to build on the expertise that we're building on in Australia with Moomba CCS project hoping to be commissioned by mid-next year, which will be the largest in Australia commissioned in the last 10 years. But the year won't be without its challenges. PNG will continue to play a key role in Santos' portfolio. We'll continue to optimise our local assets, maintaining our new high facility reliability performance for oil optimisation and gas export. We'll add reserves, delivering on our remaining infill drill program, and we'll continue to evaluate the option of having a floating storage and offtake solution to replace the ageing Kumul Marine Terminal, which has been there since the late 90s to export Highland liquids. This would be the very first facility of this kind in PNG. We'll ensure our Hyde's gas to electricity commitment and project is ready for export to support the Pugra mine reopening in February. And in addition, Papua is scheduled for FID in 2024. We're using our infrastructure position to get value out of Papua by leveraging our position and reaping value not just through additional gas, but through the sharing of infrastructure for Papua by PNG LNG. And I'm really excited to announce the launch of a pioneering initiative in the Port Moresby office, the Service Centre of Excellence in Port Moresby. And this program will create new opportunities for the country's workforce, continuing to elevate local technical expertise. The project is scheduled to commence next year in February and represents a significant milestone for Santos and for PNG, as it promises to bolster employment and harness the potential of local talent. It's a first-of-a-kind venture for PNG and Santos. It's a team, it's a centre that we will establish and grow, and those people in that team will not only be providing support to PNG operations, but to our operations worldwide. So it allows us to base activities, maintenance, planning, engineering, and we're wanting to expand this to not just to the PNG assets, but to all of our assets. And the first part will be providing reliability and maintenance planning for all of our Eastern Australian assets, including Gladstone LNG and the Cooper Basin. It allows us to hire more people, train them up, than just those ones working on the PNG assets. And by consolidating this expertise within PNG, we aim to foster technical prowess and create new job opportunities that also position the countries well for growth opportunities on the horizon. In addition, we remain committed to our local PNG reforestation efforts, and we'll continue to progress our Markham Valley reforestation project, where we're working to establish and grow trees that take carbon from the atmosphere while enhancing biodiversity by creating habitat and delivering social development and economic benefits to communities. For more than half of our existence as a company, we've been proud to invest, hire, and produce from Papua New Guinea. Santos remains committed to PNG, and the collaboration we have undertaken over many decades is something that we want to continue into the future. And to the attendees here today, considering whether or not to invest or expand in PNG, I can say with confidence, look at what we have done at Santos, not just with our joint venture partners, but with the people and the government of PNG. There's never been a better time to invest in PNG.